The Siddhi, pronounced Siddhi, also known as the Sheedi, Siri, or Siddhi, are an ethnic minority group inhabiting Pakistan and India. They are primarily descended from the Bantu peoples of the Zinj coast in Southeast Africa and Ethiopia, most whom came to the Indian subcontinent through the Arab slave trade. Others arrived as merchants, sailors, indentured servants, and mercenaries. The Siddhi population is currently estimated at around 13 lakh individuals, with Karachi and Makra in Pakistan and Karnataka and Gujarat in India serving as the main population centers. There are conflicting hypotheses on the origin of the name Siddhi. One theory is that the word derives from Sahibi, an Arabic term of respect in North Africa, similar to the word Sahib in modern India and Pakistan. A second theory is that the term Siddhi is derived from the title borne by the captains of the Arab vessels that first brought Siddhi settlers to India. These captains were known as Sa'id. A different name occasionally used for the Siddhi is the term Obshi. While originally used to refer specifically to the Habesha peoples, Ethio-Semitic speakers from Abyssinia, the term later became more broadly used to refer to Africans of any ethnicity, but not necessarily referring to the Siddhi specifically. Siddhis are also sometimes referred to as Afro-Indians. Siddhis were referred to as Jhaji by Arabs. In China, various transcriptions of this Arabic word were used, including Shinji and Jinji. The Siddhi population derived primarily from Bantu peoples of Southeast Africa who were brought to the Indian subcontinent as slaves. Most of these migrants were or else became Muslims, while a small minority became Hindu. The Nizam of Hyderabad also employed African origin guards and soldiers. The first Siddhis are thought to have arrived in India in 628 AD at the Bharuch port. Several others followed with the first Arab Islamic conquest of the subcontinent in 712 AD. The latter group are believed to have been soldiers with Muhammad bin Qasim's Arab army, and were called Zinjis. In Pakistan, locals of Bantu descent are called Sheedi. They live primarily along the Makra in Baluchistan and Lower Sindh. The estimated population of Sheedis in Pakistan is 250,000. In the city of Karachi, the main Sheedi center is the area of Lyari and other nearby coastal areas. Technically, the Sheedi are a brotherhood or a subdivision of the Siddhi. The Sheedis are divided into 4 clans, or houses: Khoda Mekan, Hyderabad Mekan, Lassi Mekan, and Belaro Mekan. The Sufi Saint Pir Mangho is regarded by many as an important wali of the Sheedis, and the annual Sheedi Mela festival is the key event in the Sheedi community's cultural calendar. Some glimpses of the rituals at Siri/Sheedi Festival 2010 include visit to sacred alligators at manghopir, playing music and dance. Clearly, the instrument, songs and dance appear to be derived from Africa. In Sindh, the Sheedis have traditionally intermarried only with people such as the Mullahs, fisher people, Khas Kheli, laborers, Khotri, dyeing community, and Kori, cloth makers. Most Sheedis today are of mixed heritage and can be found in Sindh where the main language is Sindhi. Sheedis are largely populated in different towns and villages in Lower Sindh. They are very active in cultural activities and organize annual festivals, like Hobish Festival, with the support of several community organizations. In the local culture, when there is a dance, it is not performed by some selected few and watched idly by others, but it is participated by all the people present there, ending difference between the performers and the audience. Sheedis in Sindh also proudly call themselves the Kambaranis, in reverence to Kamba, the freed slave of Ali, the 4th Rashid Caliph. Tanzila Kambrani became the first Sheedi woman to be elected as the members of Provincial Assembly of Sindh in 2018 Pakistani general election. The culture of the Siddhi is indicative of both the length of time they have been in India and their East African origins. The Siddhis are primarily Muslims. National dress for Siddhis is sari, kameez and their own traditional African clothing for women. For the men they wear kameez and their unique clothing. While they have assimilated in many ways to the dominant culture, they have also kept some ancestral practices especially in music and dance. Generally, The Siddhi primarily associate and marry members of their own communities. It is rare for the Siddhi to marry outside of their communities, although in Pakistan a growing number of the Sheedi intermarry as a way to dilute their African lineage and reduce racial discrimination and prejudice. Siddhi communities, although classified as a tribe by the Indian government, primarily live in agricultural communities where men are responsible for the farming and women are responsible for the home and children. Outside of their communities, men also tend to be employed as farm hands, drivers, manual laborers, and security guards. When it comes to dress, women and men dress in typical Indian fashion. Siddhi women wear the garments predominant in their locale, which can be colorful saris accessorized with bindis. Men wear what is generally appropriate for men in their communities. As in other aspects of life, the Siddhi have adopted the common dietary practices of the dominant society. An example of a staple meal would be a large portions of rice with dal and pickles. Athletics has been an important part of the Siddhi community and has been a means to uplift youth and a means of escape from poverty and discrimination. Siddhis are primarily Muslims, although some are Hindus and others belong to the Catholic Church.